In today's video, I want to go over the reviews for The Outer Worlds. They are coming out as we speak, and right now there are 44 critic reviews posted on Metacritic, and the game is getting some very positive reviews, so if you're excited for that, this is something you'll want to hear about. Also, the next Batman game, not coming from Rocksteady, however, Warner Brothers Montreal, is rumored to be Batman Arkham Legacy. We'll talk all about that. THQ Nordic, a quickly expanding publisher, has established a Japan subsidiary, and also Darksiders Genesis will be hitting the PlayStation 4 in February of next year. We'll talk that at the end of this video, but first up, let's take a look at all of the reviews for The Outer Worlds, as the game is being received very well. Currently, the game has an 86 on Metacritic, and it is getting some stellar reviews. Game Informer scored the title a 9.25 out of 10, saying even if the larger beats don't always land, The Outer Worlds shines with a constant stream of small, bright moments, an amusing interaction with a clueless guard, a sugary corporate jingle, a brutal sneak attack, a solution to a problem you sure won't work, but it does. The team at Obsidian excels at encouraging creative experimentation within its responsive and absurd setting, ensuring that every visit to Halcyon is full of delightful surprises. This review really goes back to the point of the game lets you do whatever you want and tackle any situation how you want. There's a lot of decision making to be had, but it's not only represented through the dialogue choices, it's also very much represented in the gameplay and how you assess and attack the game. Well, that's a big element of the game and leads itself to being very replayable. GameSpot gave the game a 9 out of 10, saying The Outer Worlds is consistently compelling throughout, and it's a superb example of how to promote traditional RPG sensibilities in a sharp, modern experience. Destructoid gave the game a 9 out of 10, saying Obsidian has out-Fallouted recent Fallout efforts. I don't really know what that really says, considering Fallout 76 was, of course, a train wreck, and Fallout 4, while it was a decent enough game, it was an okay game. It being better than Fallout 4 isn't saying that much. However, the Destructoid did give the game a 9 out of 10, and that is a very good score. And Destructoid is a little bit harder with the review score, so them giving a 9 does say quite a bit. There were some reviews that weren't as positive. Gaming Trend gave the title a 6.5, saying, for better or worse, The Outer Worlds is a perfectly middle-of-the-road open-world RPG. It doesn't take any big risks, but that also keeps it from falling on its face. Despite some great writing, the game doesn't have much to say about the corporate dystopia it establishes, ultimately playing it too safe to justify the premise. Obsidian's expertise with the genre makes The Outer Worlds a competent RPG, if not an especially interesting one. So again, the reviews are still coming out. I don't even see IGN's review posted on Metacritic yet. It might be posted on their official website, and it is, so wait for a lot of the other reviews to come in. IGN scored the title an 8.5 out of 10, saying with The Outer Worlds, Obsidian has found its own path in the space between Bethesda and BioWare's RPGs, and it's a great one. That's a pretty sense of high praise. BioWare and Bethesda are two studios and publishers that really haven't been as well received as they were in the past. So if Outer Worlds, games like this, and studios like Obsidian can take that mantle and provide those RPG experiences that gamers definitely want, however, the BioWares and Bethesdas of the world haven't been offering it as frequently and as abundantly, well, that could be something really good. I'm not saying Bethesda has been bad with their outings. Fallout 76 left a lot to be desired, and Fallout 4 wasn't the best in the world, but I'm sure whenever Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, that'll be really good, and their next title will be pretty good as well. They're definitely not out of the race yet, and BioWare, even though their last couple of outings haven't been the best, we'll see how the next Dragon Age turns out. Hopefully that puts them back on track. What I do know is I want more compelling RPGs on the market, and in the case of The Outer Worlds, it's definitely a great one. Unfortunately, Obsidian has been acquired by Microsoft, so this will be their final game on the PlayStation 4 after Pillars of Eternity 2, I believe. That's it for Obsidian on PS4, unless Microsoft and Sony can work something out. And we've seen that Microsoft is open to the idea of working with other publishers, so we'll see how that turns out. Whatever the case may be, in the case of Outer Worlds, which is out this Friday, October 25th, received very well, currently an 86 on Metacritic. That is going to fluctuate a little bit, but the scores thus far have been incredibly positive. Alright, next up, Batman Arkham Legacy might be Warner Brothers Montreal's rumored new Batman game. Well-known industry leaker Sabi at new_wabi-sabi took to Twitter to share the title for Warner Brothers' yet-to-be-announced new Batman game, calling it Batman Arkham Legacy. The leaker, who correctly leaked Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo announcements prior to this this year's E3 event added that it's likely that the Bat family will be playable in the rumored new Batman title. Adding fuel to the fire is a tweet from comic movie insider Thomas Policio, who confirmed that Batman Arkham Legacy is the real deal, with the truth and the gift saying it's the truth. Of course, these leaks do have to be taken with a little bit of a grain of salt, as for now, Warner Bros. Has yet to officially announce a new Batman installment. We can pretty much confirm that a game is in development, and we'll see how it turns out. This isn't being done by Rocksteady, this has to be reiterated, rather it's being done by Warner Bros. Montreal, so we'll see how that turns out. Honestly, I am all for that. I want Rocksteady to move on to something new. Hopefully we hear about Rocksteady's next game relatively soon, but honestly, I've been asking for Rocksteady to reveal something for like 2 years now, and I've lost a little bit of hope, and when Rocksteady's ready to share something, they will share it. And me speculating at this point probably makes no sense. With Batman Arkham Origins anniversary right around the corner, Warner Brothers might very well officially announce a new Batman title later this week. We'll see on that. Arkham Origins, of course, wasn't the best received Batman game in the world. It was still pretty decent, but that one was also done by Warner Brothers Montreal, so bear that in mind. Next up, THQ Nordic has established a Japan subsidiary, THQ Nordic, to handle distribution, public relations, and marketing. THQ Nordic has announced the formation of THQ Nordic Japan. The newly formed entity will handle distribution, public relations, and marketing of THQ Nordic and Handy Games titles for the Japanese market. The Japanese entity, led by Managing Director Yuji Kato, is THQ Nordic's second international distribution outlet, apart from its 2012 established United States-based distribution outlet. In our opinion, the only real way to truly embrace the Japanese market is to run it with a team of Japanese professionals, which was our approach for the new Japanese subsidiary. A warm, heartfelt welcome to the entire team based in Tokyo, Japan. Good things come to those who wait, and we took our time to realize it with the best setup possible. The THQ Nordic Japan team consists of key people that delivered more than 200 titles in 15 years to the Japanese market, including Yuji Kato, who is the managing director, nearly 20 years of game industry experience, former programmer; Junko Kato, the manager, former editor, former programmer, mainly QA and project management; and then Hiroshi Ogawa, project management, former programmer, networking, and exhibitions manager. Kinda crazy to see THQ Nordic expanding at this crazy of a rate. They are one of my favorite publishers in all of gaming right now. A lot of the publishers have been on a little bit of a downswing when you look at the EAs and maybe even the Bethesdas of the world, if you want to go that far. However, in the case of THQ Nordic, man, they are one of the zaniest and off-the-wall publishers. They've got some big titles like Biomutant that are coming out, but then they're also remaking games like SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom and all of these other games. So it's really cool to see where THQ Nordic is going these days. They're doing some really cool stuff, and hopefully they just continue to expand. And lastly, I do want to note that Darksiders Genesis will be hitting the PlayStation 4 on February 14, 2020. The Steam page is also up right now, and it's listed at a $29.99 price point, and they are also offering a 15% off promotional discount if you do pre-order the game. Hopefully that discount transitions over to the PlayStation 4 version, but it was noted Darksiders Genesis gives the players their first look at the world of Darksiders before the events of the original game, as well as introduces the Horseman Strife. From the dawn of creation, the Council has maintained the balance across existence. Carrying out their orders are the Horsemen, Niflheim, powerful beings spawned from the unnatural union of angels and demons who have pledged themselves to the Council and been granted immense power. However, the power came at a tragic cost. The Horsemen were ordered to use their newfound strength to wipe out the rest of their kind. What followed was a bloody battle on Eden, where the Horsemen, obeying the will of the Council, annihilated the Niflheim. Still reeling from the events of Eden, War and Strife have been given a new assignment. Lucifer, the enigmatic and deceptive Demon King, has been plotting to upset the balance by granting power to master demons through hell. Darksiders Genesis is an action-adventure game that tears its way through the hordes of demons, angels, and everything in between on its way to hell and back. With guns blazing and sword swing, Genesis gives players their first look at the world of Darksiders before the events of the original game, as well as introduces the Horsemen in Strife. Again, Genesis will be out December 5th on PC. PlayStation 4 gamers will have to wait a little bit longer, but it will be out shortly thereafter on February 14th. And that concludes this video. Again, The Outer Worlds is getting some stellar reviews right now, 86 on Metacritic. Do expect that score to fluctuate a little bit, but right now the scores are looking really good. Batman Arkham Legacy is rumored to be the next Batman title. THQ Nordic has established a Japan subsidiary, so expect them to continue to expand, and Darksiders Genesis drops on February 14th. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.